More wrinkles.
Hell no.
Let's do it.
It's going to go on forever. More and more people are weighing in on what the Giants should do about their wide receiver. John Gruden suggested benching him yesterday, and now there are reports that the Giants may actually do just that if he acts up this weekend against the Packers. Brandon Marshall, your thoughts?
You know, those guys over there need to be really careful. Like, they don't need to be speaking out on their teammate. They need to keep that in-house because they could lose him. You know, and I'm being honest, like, they need to rally behind him and give him the support he needs and handle that stuff in-house, whether good or bad. Because whether they like it or not, he's the best player on that team.
Whether they like it or not. Are they mishandling this now?
Absolutely. This is egregious. This is getting to a place where it's going to become unprecedented in the sense of how you're going to take away from a guy's greatness and the fuel and the ingredients of that same greatness, which is his passion. Yeah, at times it spills over to another level, and you're like, is that too much? But be careful, because this guy has had the best start of any wide receiver in NFL history. So what does that mean? Whatever he's doing is working. Now, let's talk about why isn't it working right now? Because of your damn coach, I feel. I think it's look.
Here we go.
Look, let's call it like this.
Drop it.
Okay. Mr. McAdoo, I thought you were offensive guru coming from Green Bay and being an OC. You only kept the job, the head coaching job, because of this. Oh, but look at those numbers. Those are not numbers that support a guy knows what he's doing offensively.
Great.
So if you're not doing well in the one thing we hired you for, and then now you're going to lose your star player in the moment as well, what is Mr. McAdoo really doing there for the Giants?
I just see this as a big, huge media sort of story because...
Is it because it's New York?
It's because it's New York. It's because it's a brother with blonde hair. It's because he had the catch.
That's good.
It's all... He's really good, but now we're focusing on him more than necessary because let's face it, you can look on any given Sunday on any sideline and see someone acting up, being emotional. This is not unique to Odell. This is something that's just NFL...
We always go to this first, by the way.
Odell was the guy who was always bad on the sideline. There's my co-host, Keyshawn, kind of having a little moment.
Ouch.
Yep.
We have seen this time and time again. Even Mr. Perfect, Mr. Sunshine Buns, Tom Brady, even he.
That's a good nickname.
You like that, Sunshine Buns?
I like it.
Yeah. I mean, even he has gone off on the sideline. And I'm thinking, you're New York. You're New York City. To me, John McEnroe is the epicenter of acting up on the sideline, right?
Okay.
He's the one that's gone crazy. So if he's from New York, that's the tippy top. Odell Beckham is way down here in comparison to things that we have seen from athletes from New York.
I just want to ask one question. I mean, we're making this guy into such a bad dude. Where was all this outrage with Josh Brown? Like, nobody's talking about that.
Go there.
They have a guy on the team that's actually garbage.
Yeah.
And, like, we're all mad about this kid showing emotion.
Preach. I mean,
But anyway, that's just me asking. You know, don't mind me. Move on. Hoops. Sorry, not sorry. Kevin Durant feeling pretty good these days. Newest Warrior had a ball while dismantling your Clippers by 45 points.
Come on, man. That's preseason.
After the game, KD had this to say about playing on his new team. Quote, "I'm not as smart as I thought I was about the game. It's played a different way here than I was used to playing. It's not a knock on Oklahoma City. I mean, it's different here. It's fun here." And there is the knock, LZ. Without that last bit, maybe, right? But then once you add it's fun here, it sounds shady to me.
It's extremely shady. And I'm just sort of at
Marcellus.
the point now. Oh, come on, you know that's shady.
No, it's not.
I'm at the point now where it's just like, dude, just say what it is that you really want to say, and then we can all just move on. But these little digs here and this little digs
They're not
there,
subtle.
they're playing the game the right way. It's fun here. It's like, dude, just say you couldn't stand playing with Russell Westbrook, and we can all move on. He's not really holding back because he basically said, I haven't talked to you, and oh, by the way, here's my commercial.
That commercial's so good.
With you basically said you ran away. So as far as I'm concerned, look, just go ahead and say that sometimes it's very difficult to play with Russell Westbrook because he shot the ball a lot, and hopefully I'll be able to get more shots if I play with Golden State.
There's no way he would have ever said that, though.
Wow, you're going to sit up here in the comforts of a studio and be either forgetful or a hypocrite to your own experience. Because LZ, Michelle, everybody has been in this same situation. Let's go relationships. You're dating somebody, you're dating them, you think it's the best thing ever, you think you want to spend the rest of your life. Something bad happens, and guess what? You move on to the next relationship and you realize Damn,
This one's
is
fun.
better.
Got it.
This one is more fun. This one is easier. This one is better.
Have you gone on Twitter and said, this is so much better than our previous relationship? Have you actually gone in front of a
I
microphone
have
and
not.
said,
I have
I'm
not.
having fun now?
If someone sticks a microphone in your face and says, can you give me a comparison and contrast, it's not a dig to tell the truth about where you are, which may sound like a dig, but it's really him just
Come on,
being reflective.
Marcellus.
months ago.
If
I don't think so.
you
10
left
months
this,
ago.
let's say you left this job and you went somewhere else, and 2 weeks into that job, they asked you about it, you're like, I'm really having fun here.
Yeah.
We're going to all take it like, oh, he didn't
Those
have
were
fun.
your sound bites when you left here the first time?
No.
I mean, what's the
One minute.
Yeah.
I only said that when I came back here. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
Come on. Guilty as charged. We've all done it.
This is my point, though. Yeah, you can absolutely say those things about how much fun you're having now in your new relationship. But when did he sign? When was he leaving? That was months ago now.
Yeah.
Either
It's never gonna end.
Let it go. Move on.
I like this next topic for the only reason that it's just crazy. You the real MVP. That's Sam Bradford, if
really?
you don't know who that is. He is experiencing a career resurgence with the Vikings this season. He didn't start until week 2, but since then has led Minnesota to an undefeated record. And that has SI's Peter King thinking MVP award. Quote, in those 3 games, learning a new offense on the fly, Bradford has beaten quarterbacks who have played in 4 of the past 9 Super Bowls, and in each game, outplayed Aaron Rodgers, Cam Newton, and Eli Manning. Now, when you word it like that, it doesn't sound as crazy as just Sam Bradford, MVP? Where are you on this?
I still think it sounds crazy just
All
because it's a lazy criteria, and I know it makes some people want to say, hey, a guy who has an undefeated record as the quarterback, he deserves to be maybe in consideration for MVP. But then that's going to take us to a place where you look at the numbers and you say those are career best, but those are not NFL leading or NFL best. So what's the difference? If we're going to say that now the undefeated quarterback of a team gets to get in, let's go to Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay.
Let's go to Carson Wentz. Let's go to Trevor Siemian. Are those guys in the consideration for MVP as well?
Yes.
No.
Trevor actually was.
No.
He's on the list.
Trevor
Siemian.
Siemian.
Yeah, he's listed as number 3, I believe.
No, you want to know what the odds are of guys who are going to really win the MVP? They're simple. It's a Ben Roethlisberger. It's an Aaron Rodgers. It's a Tom Brady. And then if you want to go deep in the ag, deep in the cellar, you find that guy, Sam
So I'm going to
Bradford.
put $100 on Sam Bradford MVP. That's what you're telling me right now.
Basically, yeah, the numbers don't support that Sam Bradford would get it realistically.
Well, is Sam Bradford MVP? No. I'm just going to. Is Sam Bradford MVP? No, of course not.
No.
But I think what Peter's doing is just sparking a conversation about a guy. He
like
is the only #1 draft overall quarterback who has a winning record this season.
Yeah.
Everyone else who's drafted #1 overall as a quarterback has a losing record. And while it is true, his team is only giving him 12.5 points a game. He has the second best defense, if not the top defense in the league, backing him up. So while I'm happy for Sam Bradford because he's had a really, really rough career, the fact of the matter is it's the defense that's MVP.
Well, I'm
not
happy for the
Sam
topic
Bradford.
because, like I said, we're an hour show today, Peter. So thank you for giving us something to talk
And there's
about.
an award for that, Peter. It's called Most Improved Player. Like,
We'll take that.
Take that and
I'm
run.
not even sure if he's most improved.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
We've got jeers. Oh, Corey Joseph. 1 jeer for him.
Look at that. He's making the show again.
Raptors, Clippers. He tries to get fancy. Going behind the back.
My butt got in the way. I like
Did you go? Marcellus, you go to the game last night?
Huh? Oh, they played yesterday?
Wow.
Preseason? No.
I think that was in Toronto anyway.
No, it was
That bad.
it's the Clippers on the court.
It is the Clippers, I think.
Yeah, crazy.
I don't know.
Here's-
Yeah, that's right next door.
Yeah, see, look.
Yeah, Staples Center.
That's earlier in the game.
Wow, that must have been the worst crowd ever. I didn't see anybody walking over there.
I will say this, on Tuesday night, the first game, no one in the building. Second game, Warriors put full house up in Gold State. So
Oh, that's not
but it's
good.
pre-season. It's like October.
Yeah.
It's so early.
Come on, LA. Show
Brandon
us.
Knight, Jazz Suns. Knight ignores the screen and does that. Not what they were wanting.
That's not what they want.
This is going to be an amazing season for Phoenix this year.
That's why you're on the bench, Brandon Knight. No, just kidding.
Everyone
He's
keeps
great.
telling me Utah. Keep your eye on Utah.
6 men of the year, maybe, right there.
Utah is going to be for real.
I'm saying, last week, Matt Ryan threw for 5,000 yards, 58 touchdowns against the Panthers. This week, he faces a much tougher Broncos defense. Should you start him in fantasy? Matthew Berry
Oh, look at that.
answers that next.
Oh, you're going to the top.
He's
This is
the real
Sports
MVP.
Nation. Real.
Sports Nation is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome welcome back. I kicked Marcellus and LZ out. I know, we're all thinking it. So I could get into a really serious topic, fantasy football, something I dominate in. I have to welcome in Matthew Berry now. Finally. Hey, buddy. It's our Week 5 Ballers and Fallers. I've never sounded nerdier, Matthew.
It's a good title, Beadle. I know you came up with yourself. Well done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, I'm going to give you some names. You're going to help me out. We will start things off with Matt Ryan, high-powered Falcons. Wait,
yeah,
I'm
he's a
tell
faller, Beadle. Believe it or not, even though he's the #1 quarterback in fantasy. You think about this. The Broncos lead the league in sacks this season, and Ryan so far this year has struggled under pressure. Cam Newton, Andrew Luck, Andy Dalton, Jameis Winston, none of them have thrown for more than 206 yards against the Broncos this season. Denver has given up just 2 touchdown passes all season long. There's no one hotter than Matt Ryan in football right now, but I have to tell you, he's simply not a top 12 play for me this week at Denver.
Wow, was not expecting that on the first one. Here we go. Eddie Lacy, how about him?
He is a baller, Beadle.
Okay.
By the way, don't make me reprimand you. I believe you have to say baller or faller every single time.
You're actually obligated.
I'm just saying, it's the segment. You got to go with the premise.
Baller or faller?
Yeah, he is a baller. Giants traveling on a short week here. They face off against Lacy, who is coming off a bye at home. Just had that 103-yard effort against Detroit prior to the bye week. Traditionally a slow starter, Lacy. His numbers so far this year actually compare very favorably with his previous years where he was a top 6 fantasy running back here. Lacy, incidentally, very good coming off the bye. 87 yards per game, 2 touchdowns, 4.4 yards per touch in the 3 games in his career off of a bye. Like him against a Giants team that has struggled recently in run defense.
All right, Matthew, how about a baller or faller from my next guy, Emmanuel Sanders?
He is a baller, Beadle.
Okay. All right.
Look, I'm not worried about whoever's playing quarterback, whether it's Paxton Lynch or Trevor Siemian. The fact of the matter is that Emmanuel Sanders, along with Demaryius Thomas, are the only 2 guys in, frankly, a better than we all thought it would be passing offense. You think about the Falcons; they play all that 3-deep zone that just gives up the big plays, right? Falcons allow a league-high 18 pass plays of 20-plus yards. They're tied for the league lead in that. They've given up over 44 pass attempts a game, 13 touchdown passes, also lead in the league. This is a defense that has struggled. They don't generate pressure at all. Tied for last in the NFL in sacks. So whether it's Lynch or Simeon, they'll have all day back there to find and open Emmanuel Sanders. He's an easy top 15 play for me this week.
All right, Bears heading over to the Colts. Alshon Jeffrey, baller or faller?
He's a faller, Beadle. Look, I don't know that you have better options than Alshon Jeffrey this week, so you probably got to start him. But honestly, Brian Hoyer's just not giving him any love. Maybe Kevin White going to the IR opens up some more targets for Alshon Jeffrey, but the truth of the matter is in the 2 starts that Brian Hoyer has made for the Bears, Jeffrey has averaged just 6 targets a game. He's never been higher than 3rd on the Bears in targets, and he's going to be matched up with Vontae Davis of the Colts, who's one of the best corners in the NFL. He's outside my top 10 this week.
All right, Devontae Freeman in Denver, baller, faller.
Believe it or not, he is a baller.
All right.
I think a lot of people see the Broncos, matchup, and they're like, really? I'm not crazy about him. But honestly, we just talked about this. Tevin Coleman likely to play limited snaps due to that sickle cell trait, so Freeman's going to get a ton of work here. And we talk about how the Broncos bring so much pressure. Well, when Matt Ryan's under pressure, what's he going to do? He's going to dump it off to Devontae Freeman. This is a team, in terms of Denver, that struggles against pass-catching running backs. Believe it or not, they're bottom 10 in run defense through the first 4 weeks of the NFL season. Their defense overall is very dominant, but I think a ton of catches for Devontae Freeman, who's top 5 in the NFL in red zone touches so far this year. Freeman, believe it or not, a top 15 play for me on the road at Denver.
I believe it because you told me to. Ryan Matthews, 3-0 Eagles, going to Detroit, baller or faller?
You are the best, Beadle. You will believe anything I say,
True.
which is why I tell you right now, Ryan Matthews is a faller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know what? Look, Doug Peterson, the coach of the Eagles, came out and said, look, he's still our primary guy, but he did admit Ryan Matthews still dealing with that ankle soreness. Here's the problem with ankle soreness, Beadle. If you keep playing on a sore ankle, it gets more sore.
It's true.
I have concerns with him finishing the game, or if he does finish the game, I think they want to limit his reps because of the injury. You'll see some Wendell Smallwood in this game. Obviously, Darren Sproles has his role in the passing game here. Not a great matchup as well. He is outside my top 20 for the week.
All right, we do not have actual playing video of Tom Brady, but that's good because we have him tanning his hiney. Baller or faller for Brady?
Listen, Beadle, Tom Brady is a baller in life and in fantasy
It's
this
true.
week. Make no mistake about it. He is always a baller. Number 12, look, I know there's some people saying like, it's, you know, is he going to be rusty and maybe Gronk's not 100%. He's my number 1 quarterback this week.
Ouch.
Don't get cute. Welcome back, number 12. You're starting, and Browns have really struggled. They've given up 3 passing touchdowns each of the past 2 weeks. This is not a great pass defense. And you think about the Patriots. Here's Tom Brady coming back from suspension. The Patriots just lost. They were shut out at home. This could get ugly, Beadle. This could get ugly.
Odell Beckham, the man we all keep talking about. Will he be okay this weekend in Green Bay?
This guy's a baller. I mean, you know, first off, they're going to take deep shots. He's an extremely talented player. Let's be first off clear about that.
Yep.
He's a game-changing performer, and I think all this negative publicity is only going to fuel them. Eli Manning is not a dumb man. He realizes that for the Giants to get anywhere, they need Odell Beckham to be a major part of that offense. They're going to get him the ball. Also, you look at this defense. The Packers play really good run defense. They struggle against the pass. They don't have anyone that can keep up with Odell Beckham Jr. Prime time. This is a Sunday night game. Beckham will go off. Do not panic. In fact, try to buy low. I just traded for Beckham in a league. I believe you can try to target the panicked Beckham owner in your league and get him. He's going to have a huge year.
Matthew, I'm going to ask you some personal here. I don't have any of these guys, and officially I've already stopped caring as we head into week 5. However...
You know what? You lasted longer than you normally do. Usually it's week 2 or 3.
All I want to do from year to year is just get a little bit better, and I think I have. Here's the problem. I have Ryan Fitzpatrick, or should I just start Russell Wilson as he's on a bye? Who will be better?
Right. Is it the 0 of Russell Wilson or the potential negative points of Ryan Fitzpatrick? I understand this is somewhat of a concern. Give me Fitzy, who I do think bounces back. I think Pittsburgh has no problem at all throwing on the Jets, so this is going to be a high-scoring game. Fitzy will get some junk time magic for you.
Matthew, it's almost as if you were in the room with us. I thank you for your time.
I appreciate it, Beadle. You are a baller.
Thank you, sir. We'll be back after the break.